a blessing or a curse? Because it is something that is crucial, and it's a discussion that most of us should get to understand, or maybe most of the young people and everybody, because it affects everyone across.
Yes.
The school going, the business owners, parents, and everybody, because social media right now is everything. And it's something that it should be addressed, and most of us should be educated about it.
Yes.
Now, first of all, what's your take? Is social media a blessing or a curse, just to begin with?
I can say that, according to me, I can say that it's both, depending on how you are using social media, depending on which site are you visiting. You know, we have different sites of social media. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have Telegram, and when you visit these sites, they post different things each and every time. So social media can be a blessing to you, and it can also be a curse to you. Why am I saying that it can also be a curse to you? You know, there are people who have taken their life because of social media. They
Yes.
were bullied in social media, and that made them take away their life, commit suicide. Some people also use social media to gain publicity in a positive way. Some people also use social media to advertise their businesses and all that. So it's two-way. It can be a blessing to you. Sometimes social media, it can be a curse. So when you use it too much, when you depend too much on social media, maybe to get information and all that. So it can be both.
It can be both,
Yeah.
depending on which sites you are using.
Yes, exactly.
Now, maybe currently most of our parents believe that children cannot just play as usual. Like kids cannot just be kids, because there are games that kids used to play.
Exactly.
Right now, kids probably they cry, maybe they cry because they are not given phones.
Just the other week, just some 2 weeks ago, a form, I don't know if there was a form 3 or form 4 at Maseno High School,
Yes.
committed suicide because the mother took the phone away from him. So that's why I'm saying this is a kind of, it can be a curse to us. You know, as parents nowadays, when we compare the other generation and this our generation,
Yes.
Before the children were allowed to play outside, bond with other children, and doing this, they were doing sports, and this was making them kind of stronger.
Yes.
Nowadays, the children, they just want to play with the phone, games and all this. I heard there's even these some apps are being introduced into our phones of late.
Yes.
For the children. But when you visit these apps, they also meet adult content. It's also there in this app. So as a parent, I can say that social media can be a curse to our children. More so if they start using social media at a very early age.
Yes.
So as a parent, you have to monitor what is your child doing with the phone. I'm not saying that maybe giving a child a phone is not bad. You can give them a phone because we are in a digital world. But what they are doing with their phones at their own time and all that, you should be able to monitor. There's a way that you can connect their phone and also your phone, so that you can monitor the content, whatever they are receiving, whatever they are talking about with their friends and all that. Yeah.
Because I remember in the past, maybe during when we were growing up,
Yes.
there used not be smartphones. I think that is the time when smartphones were now coming into the market. So we used not to play with smartphones because there were not so many as it is right now.
Let me just say this, or maybe ask it, bring it as a question. You know, there's a big difference between this the analog,
Yes.
the analog children,
Yes.
how we grew up analog, who grew up now the phone,
Yes.
and the current children, the current kids. We call them the cool kids, the
Yes.
digital ones and all that. You will see there's a very big difference. Yes, the world is digital nowadays, and everything is moving towards whatever. The AI is also coming in and all this, but you can say that with us we were disciplined because we were being taught everything by our parents. We were taking teachings from our parents, and we were seeing what they are doing. These analog people, we can say that most of them, we grew up very disciplined, we grew up very energetic, we grew up, I can say we were also very bright compared to our current children, if you can agree with me on
Yes,
that.
yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Because right now, even in school, most students believe that they cannot do their homework, their assignments.
Exactly.
When they come back home, they want to do assignments using AI.
Exactly.
Because during our time, we used to do a lot of research, and I remember there were these things called counters. I don't know if you use counters. These some sticks you could be given, then you are tied with a rope. So when you get home, these are the things we used to do with assignments, that is maybe mathematics or something.
Yes.
We learned counting numbers with these counters, but right now they are gadgets. Even these charts that has the alphabetical letters,
Yes.
they just a gadget that is placed on the chart, and when you press at a given letter,
Yes.
then it gives the sound of the letter. When you press a given letter, it's given. So things have been easy. Do you think this is the right way to bring up these children, or maybe it has reached a point that we cannot avoid now these things, some of these things?
Okay, let me say this. As much as we are in a point whereby we cannot avoid this, but I can say that this is not the right way to raise our kids for tomorrow, because we want these kids to be competent in whatever they will be doing.
Yes.
We'll have a doctor who cannot do a surgery without watching from the TikTok and whatever. We'll have a doctor who cannot do even simple things. They cannot do without Google, without AI and all this. It means in the future we are going to have incompetent people in our schools. We are going to have incompetent people in our hospital. We are going to have doctors who cannot do their job the right thing, because these people don't want practical things.
Yes.
They want things to be done with the AI and all this. So this is you see now sometimes back. The art. People used to draw. People used to do this and this. Nowadays, it's even very hard to know. Okay, is this somebody's work, personal work, or maybe technology? Technology has come. Yes, it's good, but I can also say a bigger percentage of this technology is also deriving us from the people we are supposed to be, our intelligence and all this. Yeah, we are growing up, copying everything instead of doing these things so that we can be competent in whatever the field your child is going to be. That's why nowadays you can go to the hospital and then someone was done for operation. I don't know what will remain, something complications come.
And we've had such cases.
Exactly. Yeah, because the people who are doing these things, they were in school, yes, but when they were given assignment, AI was doing things for them. Everything, they are on social media and all this. But they have supposed to be, these things are supposed to be practical, so that you know and you are sure about what you are doing. Yeah.
Now this AI thing has even made even most of the university students, they do their assignments using the AI.
Exactly.
Even the Google. That makes me wonder how because in the final exam,
Yes.
you are not allowed to go with phones.
Exactly.
And during when you are given assignment, this assignment are supposed to guide you so that you study alongside your assignments.
Yes.
But then nowadays the students have believed so much in AI that they cannot do the assignments without the AI.
Sometimes assignments given on Friday, they are supposed to submit on Monday. So they will go partying, doing everything they want to do. They will just go on with their life as if everything is just normal. And then on Monday in the morning, they go to internet, AI and whatever, they copy paste. They don't even understand.
Yes.
But the answers will be correct because AI, technology.
I wonder how they survive during their final exams, because you can find that during maybe cards and everything, they just do well. But then when it comes to the final exam where there is supervision,
Yes.
that is now when the real picture is now seen of what you've been doing all through all through the semester. Now, speaking of university students, I know some of them struggle with anxiety, cyberbullying, online addiction, and online addiction is one of these that right now is affecting everybody. You cannot just stay maybe somewhere for some 3 or 2 minutes without visiting TikTok, without visiting Facebook, without visiting. Now, how do we deal with that? The addiction.
Online bullying.
Online bullying, cyberbullying, the anxiety.
Actually, nowadays, people have normalized bullying. It's something that it's really normal to people. When you are in social media and someone is being trolled, we saw on Facebook someone is being trolled because of maybe their appearances, their looks and all this, and then you see other people are supporting, people are laughing emojis, meaning people are normalizing these things. That's normal to them, but they don't know the psychological torture this person is going to go through just because of this simple thing. So that's why I'm saying that as a parent, we need to start monitoring whatever our children are going through, whatever they are doing with their social media pages and all this. Then we need to maybe have a way of communication and letting them know that in social media this and this is happening. So one day if this and this happens to you, you need to handle this way. We need to prepare them also psychologically. You see in universities, in our colleges and universities, nowadays people commit a lot of suicide. Someone has committed suicide, someone has left school, someone is traumatized, someone is in drugs, and someone is doing this and this. And then again, another thing in social media that is also endangering our youth is that copying. They are copying everything they see. Some of these things are not even real. The person is not living that life, but they are faking their life. And then the videos are on social media and all that. And then your child is just going there to pick everything they see there. Like you can remember there was this challenge on TikTok sometimes back. Nowadays I'm not on TikTok. I don't know the current challenges, but there was this challenge. It was called, I don't know, Brother Bernard something or that. If you can remember, there were people who died out of that challenge. So I think that even our government, we as parent experts, we need to create a platform whereby as much as we allow social media, we also allow teaching. How can we talk to our mentorship on how we can handle this social media bullying and all that. And I think there should be serious rules and regulations on bullying because someone doesn't even know you and then they go take your pictures and all that, they use it. Nowadays, someone can even create your image, can just take your photo and Photoshop and do whatever, and then they give you the body which is not mine, and then they leak it, and it's your nudes and whatever. By the time the truth will come out, the danger is already there. The person has been depressed, the person is now living with guilt and all that, people are judging you and all that. So I think there must be rules. Some rules should be there.
I think speaking of that cyberbullying, I remember there's a story that I heard somewhere that a boy killed his uncle because of leaking videos or maybe a photo through AI, because the uncle now refused to give him the money, so that I don't know, was he supposed to go for some sherehe somewhere with friends or something, so he was afraid that the uncle could not, actually he borrowed the money from the uncle, but the uncle refused. But now after the uncle refused, he said, now I'll make you suffer in front of everybody. Actually the picture, when the picture leaked, the boy took the picture of the uncle and some other lady somewhere, then leaked the picture to the WhatsApp wall that has all the family members. Yes, and now this guy was traumatized, like how is this happening and everything. And now when the guy saw this, and then he just collapsed and fell down, and when he was being rushed to the hospital, that's how he was gone. That is how dangerous social media can be. That is how dangerous social media can be.
I think this is also a topic that should also be introduced in our schools. As much as we are teaching these our children, social studies, theory and all this, these social media things should also be taught in school, how to handle the pressure and how to handle the guilt and everything that happens in social media, the sites and all this. Maybe it can also help. But I can say that as parents, we really have a very, very big role to play in our children as they grow and become youths and all that. Only that parents of nowadays, we are very soft. And this is an era whereby a child is busy with the phone, maybe watching cartoon, you don't even monitor. You know, some of those cartoons are also dirty and they are triggering our minds, psychological torture in children's minds. Some of them are very abusive. You see, it's a cartoon, yes, but there's a lot of abusive language in it, the language they are using, even the videos they are showing and all that. So the child grows up with a certain kind of habit, like it's normal to do this, it's normal to do that. So as parents, we need to monitor our children from a younger age. But we are in a era whereby if a child is sitting somewhere watching cartoon and all this, and then you tell this child, come and bathe, kababa, come and bathe, and the child says, I'm still watching. and then the mom just allow the child to watch. You see, there's no this rule and regulation and whatever and condemnation when something is going on which is not supposed to be there. So as parents, I can say that for us to handle this social media thing, we need to be very, very careful with our children, how we handle them right from birth. The videos they watch as they grow when they go to school and all this. Yeah.
Now, speaking of discipline, yesterday I was telling some stories with a friend who is a teacher in some private school in Nairobi. And she was telling me that right now things have changed, not like it was in the past. Because right now, pupils, maybe students, feel they are in the same age bracket as their teacher.
As their teachers.
Yes, they're in the same age bracket. And then she was telling me that right now a student can chew even the teacher, and you cannot do anything because the moment you will touch that child, you never know. You may land maybe in jail, or maybe some of these children, their fathers or their mothers are prominent people in the government. You might end up maybe losing your job. So, and then disciplining children right now, it is not like it is not mandatory in these schools. The caning and everything. Right now, students are not being caned in schools, and students feel like their rights. They know their rights. You can't beat them. You can't. So they have all the rights to do whatever they feel.
Whatever they feel like they can. You can see what that caused us. 16 girls of Tumishi girls.
Yes.
They just lost their lives because some few arrogant students decided to do something because they knew nothing is going to happen after all. Nobody is going to. Nothing is going to happen. Everything is going to be okay. And if you saw the day those students were arrested, how some of the parents behaved.
Yes.
That was very. I don't know how to say that. That is very wrong because as a parent, they were supposed to support your child and be there, but they were not supposed to make a scene defending their children, saying how innocent they are. I don't know all this. Maybe they should have allowed the investigation to go on. They should have supported their children, but at the same time, let them know whatever they're doing is wrong. Supporting them is not wrong, but let them know that what you did is wrong and you deserve to be punished because of what you did. So I can say that this issue of punishment, first of all, let me tell you, some days back, teachers were really respected. Even if a teacher was just passing nearby, those
you could even notice.
They used to ride bicycle.
Yes.
If you see a teacher, even the parents, how the parents were even showing respect to the teachers really matters a lot. But nowadays, the parent can just even talk ill of a teacher. This is a teacher of your child, and then you are just the child is there, and you are just talking how you don't like that teacher. You don't do what, and then you expect this same child when they go to school to respect these teachers. They cannot. So I'm just saying that this issue of even the punishment, whatever, maybe the government should have just allowed these children to be punished in school if they do something wrong. They should be given a certain punishment because this will tame a lot of children of nowadays. That is my view. That is my point.
I think it should be brought back. Punishment should be brought back, even if it will maybe they're given a certain limit that should not be surpassed, but it should be brought back because I think that is the best way to avoid some of these things, the unrest that is currently ongoing in schools, because students are banning schools just for no reason. Because there's nothing that the parents can do, there's nothing that the students, the teachers can do, because there's no punishment in schools. The best, maybe the extreme they can go is maybe give the parents now the expenses of the students bringing, maybe burning down schools and everything. I think that is what they can do. And fake news also sometimes bring some of these things. Because, like for example, the story I've told you about this boy maybe making his uncle die because of fake news. That is also something that is can torture someone in social media, and also misinformation. That is also misinformation because this was AI. The pictures were formed through AI, and the information was sent to a family group. That is information, and then people always find out when now the repercussions have already happened.
Exactly.
When probably a life has been lost, maybe someone has gotten injured somewhere, maybe someone has fallen sick or something.
Yes.
That is when they find out that maybe this was an information, maybe fake news, or maybe something that was not just supposed to happen. Now, speaking of social media still, nowadays there's a lot of comparison on how people are living in social media, because you can just if you scroll through your Instagram account, maybe your TikTok or Facebook, you find that there's this pressure of young people want to live this lavish life.
Exactly.
They want to drive big cars. Maybe you see a little boy aged 22 or 23 years driving a GLE. You also want to be there, and you can do everything. Do you think this one also promotes maybe some of these things, the anxiety, maybe somebody taking away their lives because of the pressure in social media?
Exactly. You talked about misinformation and fake news.
Yes.
Let me connect it with that.
Yeah.
I can tell you that social media is full of fake news. I can say that whatever is in social media, a very big percentage of it is fake. People faking their lives in social media. Nowadays, people use AI to fake where they are and all these edit. People are just faking. Everything is just fake. Most of the things are fake in social media. And sometimes it's even sad when you realize that even a mainstream media house is also reporting something. Actually, if something happens today, maybe let me just use, God forbid, an accident happened somewhere. The first news that will trend about that thing will be fake.
Yes.
Fake one. The number of people, whatever it has happened and all this. The fake one will trend fast. I can remember when Raila Odinga died, there were a lot of fake photos, fake pictures, this way is going to be buried and whatever. There were just, everything was about it. If you just took it literally like that, I'm telling you, you will find yourself posting something which is very fake. So 90%, I can say a larger percentage, maybe not to be specific about the percentage, but most of the things on social media are fake. And people are faking their lives on social media and all that. Now you talked about the influence. I'm seeing maybe this someone, we were in the same school with them, sometimes back, and then now you are seeing this person posting himself with a Prado, all this and all that. Sometimes this is not a healthy, I can say it's not healthy, because this thing brings a lot of pressure and can cause someone to feel low and down, and this has caused so many youths to become depressed because you feel like you are not making it in life, where in real sense, let me tell you, there are people who go to big hotels, they get themselves inside that big hotel, then they take some photos, and then they just leave. They post this photo. So for you think this person is living big, this person is me. If you are a jealous person, that will make you depressed. So it's very true. How people fake their lives in social media makes other people become depressed and all. That is one of the things that brings a lot of depression of nowadays, and drug use and all that. Social media. It's also part of it. Very big part of it. Yeah.
Now, influence in social media.
Yeah.
How does the influence of social media in today's society? Is it something that you can recommend, or maybe it's something that you cannot recommend? The influence, or maybe the impact that it has now brought to the society. Yes.
I can say that social media is also good because it connects people. You connect with people who are far away from you. There are also some big percentage good things you can copy from social media. You can learn so many things from social media. And that is why I said now this thing depends with you personally. How are you using social media? Which kind of sites? What really interests you in social media? And by the way, it's very funny that whatever you like in social media, that is what they brought for you. Yeah, when you are browsing, even in TikTok, if you like songs, we always meet such kind of songs, that kind of topics. Those are the things we'll be meeting. Now, when you keep on maybe searching for those other sites, whatever you're searching for, it depends on you. Social media has a positive influence on people and also a negative influence on people. Both. It has both. But now for our youths, there's this thing called fame. Everybody wants to be called a celebrity.
Yes.
And then nowadays you cannot do a positive things and be famous. You cannot trend because you have done something positive. Now this is where the problem is. You have to do something negative for you to be famous.
Yes.
That is where the problem is. Now that is the bad influence we are having on social media. Everybody is copying something negative. Even the comedian nowadays, they're just making fun of things. I don't know, making fun of our leaders, making fun of whatever they are doing. There's no good or positive comedy they are doing, because if you do that, you go the positive way, you don't trend. You go the negative way, you trend. So a higher percentage of it that the influence the social media is giving us, is giving people, is giving our young people, is negative influence. Yeah.
Now, will you say social media has done more good than harm? Because personally, I can say that it has brought us a lot of harm.
Yeah.
It has brought us a lot of harm, and the way things are going, if we don't take good care of maybe if we don't curb the situation, then we will be at a different place. In as much as it has done us good, yes, but now the negative part of it is doing us so bad.
Exactly.
Now, what's your take also? Because I don't see if it has both, just the way you've said. But do you think which one do you think now we can now say that now it has done us good, ama it has done us bad?
I can say that social media has done us bad. And social media has landed us into very dangerous situations. So with the youths of today, social media, higher percentage of it. That's why I'm saying that for us as parents, you have to monitor what your child is doing. You have to even limit them. At what time are they supposed to use their social media, and then at what time what are they supposed to be doing, and all that. You will find even a youth staying alone, maybe in a hostel. Let me say this is a college student or a university student staying alone. He doesn't wash, he doesn't make his house clean or whatever. They are always on social media and all this. Someone can even be depressed because he doesn't have a phone. Nowadays you see people get depressed because they don't have a phone. And let me also tell you this. Moso here in Kisumu, you have a lot of insecurity of people snatching these phone snatchers and whatever. You see, it's a phone. Why are they snatching the phone? Because they know the importance of having a phone. But to them, it's because of the social media and all that. They cannot stay without a phone and all this. And then these phones of nowadays, you can even get a phone at a loan and all this. They want to pay these phones. They don't want to work hard for it. They don't want to. These are all influence. These children or these youth are copying just right from the social media. Because sometimes back, let me say the analog ones, when we were growing up, I can say that I'm an analog kid. I'm not a cool kid. When I was growing up, the phones were still, the kabambes were there. Many the smartphone is when the smartphones were coming into the market and all that. So when we were growing up, we were not even allowed to have a phone. Actually, it was even very normal for me not to have a phone, because that is how we were growing. We were being told, what are you doing with a phone? What are you doing with a phone? You have to go to school, study, do practicals and all that.
Yes.
You see, nowadays, these kids want to have a phone at a very young age. They want to have iPads and all this. But now what they are using, what they are doing with the iPads and the phones in social media is now where the problem is. I can say that the bigger percentage is that it's not good. It's not good at all. The social media has given us a very big harm in our society of today.
Now, you've spoken about parents and phones, and it has reminded me of something that we were forgetting. Now, do you think giving our children phone, maybe introducing the children to this digital world or maybe digital thing at a very tender age, small age, do you think it is the right thing? Because some of them deceive themselves that probably when they give these children phones, the phones are in safe mode. And you also understand that kids know a lot than their children, than their parents. So, because putting this phone in a safe mode doesn't mean that the kid cannot access and remove the safe mode. But when the parents are back, then the phone is on safe mode. When the parents have left, the phone is on the normal mode. Do you think it is good to introduce kids to phones at a very early age?
Now let me tell you this. Parents of nowadays, one, we are very lazy. We don't want to take care of our children. So we give them phones so that somebody just give their children phones so that the children doesn't
Disturb them.
because they are also busy in social media.
Yes.
The parent is busy on TikTok and all that, and the child needs attention. So to distract the child from taking your time, what you do, introduce them into phones and all that. Now I can say that is very dangerous way of parenting because now the child is going to learn from the phone. They are now going to learn from the phone. And when we talk about digital and the social media thing, I can tell you the generation after generation, they understand it more than the past generation. My child can understand a lot of things in social media right now. If you give her everything, I'm telling you, she will access whatever you think they cannot access. For you assume they will not access, but one day you will just realize these kids, they are very bright, they can access these things because they are in that era, they are in that digital era and all that. They also learn from other kids. And when they go to the school and then the other kids, they discuss this, this app called this, then this and this and that. So they also learn these things. So I think parents of nowadays giving children phone at that tender age and all that, I think it's not okay. Yeah.
Now, speaking of giving children phone, now charity begins at home, and I feel at some point maybe these things that we are now facing, like the students burning schools, the students, maybe this unrest that is happening, because the parents, they don't have time for their kids.
Exactly.
And I think when you interact with your kid, that is when you can know what is happening with the kid.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying parents of nowadays, we fail when it comes to parenting. We are not parenting our children the way we should. We don't even take time to talk to our children. We don't even take time to listen to them. A child is complaining to you, you don't listen to that child. You just think the child is throwing tantrum or something.
Yes, yes.
Then you see your child comes back from school, the mood has changed. This is not the child you used to know. She's no longer happy. She's no longer active in doing 1, 2, 3 she used to be doing. And parents, we don't pay attention. We allow the social media to teach our children for us. That's why they are learning so many things. Then they connect, then they influence, and then they feel like, now this issue of burning schools that happened, this unrest from burning schools that happened, where were these kids learning that the other school has banned the school? Let's also ban, let's also do this. Where were they learning this thing? This enough to show you that some of these kids, they have phones in school.
Yes.
And they are monitoring whatever is happening and they are communicating. We are going to do this, like the issue of Utumishi girls. They said that they banned their school because another boys' school closer to them also banned their, try to ban their school and all that. Where are they learning these things? These kids are communicating maybe through phones and whatever. So there are some of our kids are so much into phones to extent that if you tell them to just go to school and study, they will not do that if they don't sneak with the phone. And I think some parents are aware of that because you will listen to our parents talking and the parents saying, hey, you know, my girl, once you give them their phones, once you just allow them to have their phone, you will have peace in this house. If you don't give them the phone, we will not have peace. Let them have those phones, let them do this. Like, what is that? What kind of parenting is that? So we as parents, we need to know how we are parenting our children. The phones are for communication, yes, but let the child be at the age whereby this child now know what is good and what is bad. Because some of these things, you don't even plan to meet them in social media. They just pop up.
Yes.
They are just you didn't even search for that site. People nowadays people just post things.
They don't care.
Something happened somewhere, someone has the video and the video is everywhere. Everybody is posting it. So obviously these kids, they also meet these kind of things and then they get curious, they get interested, but because you don't have time for them, they will not come to ask you, they will not come to complain to you, so they learn through social media. So I can see that nowadays we don't take care of our children in the proper way. We allow the society and the social media to teach our children on what to do. And then in the era of today, you find that we have maids, we have people who are working to us as maids, so the maid do everything while you are 18-year-old girl is just there busy with the phone and all that. Nobody is monitoring what they are doing. and then the next day you find your child is depressed, your child committed suicide, then you start complaining he was just fine. He was not. He was not fine. You are not just paying attention as a parent. So I can advise all parents, let's pay attention to our children. Let's monitor whatever they do. This issue of giving them the phone at a tender age, the child has a phone from morning to evening. You call them to come and eat. They cannot even eat because they're still busy with their phone. You don't know what they are doing and all this. We need to change as parents. Yeah.
Now, before we take a commercial break, now this question that I want us to talk about is, has it changed the way we communicate in families, maybe in the community? Has social media changed the way we communicate nowadays?
Very true, 100%. As much as social media and the digital era has made communication easier, such that you can reach someone who is even in America, you can reach them on all this. This has also changed our ways of communication. In a family, you find that the father is very busy with the phone. The mother is also very busy with the phone. These people are not communicating. Some things are going on in this house, they are not communicating. Then you have a small misunderstanding. Then what do? You take your phone, start posting on social media, and then you get advice from social media. These people giving you advice, some of them are even not even your age mate, some of them are even younger than you. Then they mislead you, and then the next day you start seeing the person you are staying with. The way of communication, social media has changed how people communicate actually. We don't have that intimate communication in our families. Before, people would sit down and then talk, what is happening, what is going on. You see, this our daughter, this, and they communicate about it. But nowadays, you just send a message through WhatsApp, bring this and this. And I mean, there's no that proper communication in our families nowadays compared to how people used to communicate before. Yeah.
Now, I think we have to take a very quick commercial break, and we are coming back maybe to find out maybe if social media has also create career, has also create opportunities to young people, even because I can say that not all the young people that are using social media in a bad way, but there are these people that have realized that this thing can create employment, this thing can make me earn.
Yes.
I can be self-employed on social media.
Like what we are doing now.
Yes, and earn a good money.
Yes.
We are coming back to find out how has that one also worked with the young people and also in the society. Let's take a quick short break. We are coming back with that and many other more.
Be in gi lek mar bedo jafuambo, jalendo e wang' jowi, kata jalony e weche mag mbui. Riwri kod kar tiegruok mar Cityscope mondo iyud lony e chano chenro mag wang' jowi, fuambo kod puodho weche manyien moyiedhi. Yud puonj kowuok kuom jolony magwa mondo ibed gi ng'eyo mang'eny e weche mag fuambo. Ndikri kaka achiel kuom jopuonjre mondo mi ichak wuodhi mar bedo jafuambo. Mondo ing'e mathoth, ywanwa tol kokalo e namba 0726324028 kata tudri kodwa email marwa cityscopetv@gmail.com kata www.cityscopemediacenter.co.ke. Cityscope Training College. Think, believe, achieve. Be in gi lek mar bedo jafuambo, jalendo e wang' jowi, kata jalony e weche mag mbui. Riwri kod kar tiegruok mar Cityscope mondo iyud lony e chano chenro mag wang' jowi, fuambo kod puodho weche manyien moyiedhi. Yud puonj kowuok kuom jolony magwa mondo ibed gi ng'eyo mang'eny e weche mag fuambo. Ndikri kaka achiel kuom jopuonjre mondo mi ichak wuodhi mar bedo jafuambo. Mondo ing'e mathoth, ywanwa tol kokalo e namba 0726324028 40028 kata tudri kodwa email marwa ma cityscopetv@gmail.com kata www.cityscopemediacenter.co.ke. Cityscope Training College. Think, believe, achieve. Be in gi lek mar bedo jafuambo, jalendo e wang' jowi, kata jalony e weche mag mbui? Riwri kod kar tiegruok mar Cityscope mondo iyud lony e chano chenro mag wang' jowi, fuambo.
Konya yudo welo koro. Gerald be is weak. Alright, welcome back. Just in case you are joining us for the first time, remember we are talking about social media. Is it a curse or a blessing to the community, to you as a young person, to you as a mother, to you as a parent, to you as a father, and also to you as the child, or maybe as a young person? We are just breaking it down. We are just finding ways on how we can salvage the situation that is currently ongoing, because the way things are going, social media can be a curse or a blessing to you. So let's find out what is happening. Before we went for a short break, we were asking ourselves and we were asking Brenda that is social media created maybe career opportunities to the young people? Mm-hmm. Has it created job opportunities? Has it created maybe some source of income to the young people? What do you think? Because there are other young people that have taken advantage of this social media, mm-hmm, and are really reaping some big money. Yeah. Not in the offices, not even having white collar jobs, but just from the comfort of their homes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that is where I can say that that's one of the advantages. Mm-hmm. In fact, one of the very big advantages, mm-hmm, of social media. Mm-hmm. Social media pays, mm-hmm, like Facebook, they pay, Meta, mm-hmm, they pay their, mm-hmm, people. I can say that when you are posting, when you have a solid content, mm-hmm, and you have followers, mm-hmm, they pay you. Mm-hmm. So there are people who are earning through social media. So the content creators, mm-hmm, they earn through social media. And I can say nowadays you can start your advertising company just using social media to advertise your goods and all that. Mm-hmm. So yes, it's also helping people. There are people who are clever enough. They're using social media in various reasons, in various areas, just to earn a living. So yes, social media, you can earn a living using social media. Mm-hmm. Very true.
Mm-hmm. Now, apart from maybe the content creators and everything, there are these online jobs that young people right now they do. Mm-hmm. There's online writing. There's also maybe just doing things online, maybe through art, maybe graphics design and everything. Yes, those are also some of the things that young people are really getting money from.
Yeah, that's why I can say, mm-hmm, as a parent, mm-hmm, it's better if you can introduce your child, mm-hmm, into this kind of job. Maybe you realize that your child loves drawing and all that. You, mm-hmm, can introduce them. If they love drawing, they can now use social media to advertise their skills, also, mm-hmm, advertise themselves and all that. So they can use social media to earn a living, not just throwing stones at people, making people, bullying people and all that. Mm-hmm. Social media can also be used to earn a living. There are people who are earning a living through social media. And just as you say, through drawings and all that, yeah, it's very true. We can earn through using social media. And again, we are moving to the digital world. We cannot deny that. We are at a very high speed. Everything's just going digital, and all this is going digital. So it's also okay, and it's also good for us to know this, and also learn 1, 2, 3 about the digital worlds and all that. And how can we use the social media also to earn a living and all this. Those are the things we need to focus on as parents when we are allowing our kids or our children to use social media. I can say there are some parents who are also doing tremendous job. You will see young children dancing on social media and whatever, and they have their own handle and all that. Some are singing and all this. But as you open a page for them, they are doing this and they are earning. They are also in some competitions and whatever, and all this they are earning, which is very good. You also need to monitor what they are doing. You also need to take them for mentorship. You also need to let them know that they will also be bullied. Yeah, because there are people who are just bullied, serious bullies on social media with pseudo accounts everywhere. Yeah.
Now, maybe still talking about bullying. Now let's talk about mental health and social media, because in as much as social media has a lot of advantages, many people also say that the social media is affecting them emotionally and also their psychological well-being.
Yes.
Now, do you think there's a relationship between heavy use of social media and mental health?
Very, very connection, very big connection. In fact, nowadays, what stresses people a lot, you will realize that everything comes from social media. Her nudes were leaked. She was bullied by someone on social media. Someone rejected him or her from social media and all that. You see, nowadays, someone comes, they want to talk to you, and then they go look at your photo and whatever, and they reject you, write something bad comments and all that. All these things are making so many youths to be depressed. A lot of depression comes from social media. Another thing, even this drug addiction and all this, some of them just learn it from social media, because you go to social media and then you see these people who are taking drugs and they behave like they are very happy people and all that. When you feel like, when you have low self-esteem about yourself, you feel like you want to be high, you want to feel good, you want to do this, you're thinking that they are feeling good. Well, what you do is that is the video was just taken at the moment. It's that the moment that the video was taken, that is not the life that person is living. Someone starts taking these drugs, thinking that's going to make them good, it's going to make them feel this way and that way. Then mental health, someone becomes a mental case. It's very true that we have to check for our mental health when dealing with social media. As much as social media can make us happy, you laugh when you meet these memes and all this, the people love TikTok and all this, but I can also tell you that you will be depressed if you are not careful. Not just as a young person, a young adult, or a youth, even adults. Yeah, this goes both ways to everybody. You can meet a content that can just depress you for some reason. Let me tell you something. Actually, I once got depressed because of social media. There was this video of this thing happened in, I don't know whether it was in Nandi, I think it was in Nandi, when a young girl was raped by, 5 men, and the video was recorded and the video was on social media and everybody was talking about it, and then something just pushed me to ask someone for that video so that I can watch. After watching that video, I was not myself again. I felt so much depressed, I felt so much anger, you just feel so much bad. So it's very true, whatever you meet in social media can depress you in a very serious way, and cause you serious mental health.
Now, mental health is something that is so serious, and right now it is very easy for someone to fall victim because of social media, and maybe because of the content that he or she watches. Like that was so unfortunate that maybe you fell victim because of the incident that occurred. Now, maybe speaking of falling victims of whatever content that we watch, why do you think many people compare themselves with influencers online? Because this is also something that maybe can lead you into depression, because there's a life that you want to try to live, life that you see maybe an influencer or maybe a celebrity is living, but you as an individual, you're still not there. Yes, you can maybe tell, maybe you just feel that you are somebody who has lost maybe lost their life, or maybe somebody who has lost themselves. Una feel to, hey, if I'm not there, then there's nothing I'm doing.
Yeah, the same way I said, some of these people, they are faking their lives just for people to see. They behave like they're making it big, while in real sense, some of these people are even in serious debt.
Yes.
They are in serious debt. These people don't even sleep. They have stress and all this. Another way that social media also, let me just take you back a little bit, can make someone depressed. When someone has the limelight, you are now the celebrity, people are following you and all this. When people take the attention away from these people,
yes,
now they don't get the attention and all that. Some of these people get seriously depressed.
Yes.
As much as social media can help you earn, social media can help you be the limelight and people can know you, you can connect with people, and you can be this celebrity, you can be this good and whatever. You also need to know that fame fades away. Everything fades away. There are people who used to be famous because of social media. Nowadays, even if you want to search for their content, you don't even see those accounts and all that. The accounts are not there. You realize that these people also get very much depressed. They become depressed. They start feeling like they don't matter anymore and all that. Now, to our young people who are following, you have this, you are a celeb, you are following, you idol that person. Actually, let me tell you, so many marriages nowadays break because of social media. That's very true, because you see these people we idol, these people we think, hey, those two couple are like this and this, and then they break up, and then all of a sudden they are on social media throwing words at each other and all this, and people take these things as normal. Then if I was following this person is like an idol to me, and then now I'm in a marriage, and I have a problem in my marriage, I will just break up this marriage because even so and so their marriage is broken and all this and this. So there's a lot of this copying other people's lives, most of the celebrities and whatever. One thing I would like to say is that one thing you need to know is that not everything you see on social media is true. Some of those things are content. Yeah, those people are just going there to shoot. They just have this big house, they go there to shoot some things and whatever. Then
they make money out of it also.
They make money out of it because you love that you are following. Then they go back to their small house and live their lives. But for you, now you start doing, you want to be a criminal, to do these things. So there's a lot of negative influence from the content creators, the celebrities, and whatever we copy from social media. Very true.
That is so true. That is so true. Now, how much screen time would you think is healthy? Because people are taking a lot of their time on screens.
Yeah.
And somebody can even take a whole day on screen. And mostly this one happens with the young people mostly, and also those who are probably in campus, because you can just find maybe a lady or a man somewhere or a boy somewhere saying that today I don't have any activity, or maybe I'm not having any class. And then right now, you know, Wi-Fi is all over. Once you have your Wi-Fi, you stay on the screen the whole day. How much do you think is enough for screen time? Because people are taking so much time on screens. Which screen time, which time do you think maybe is healthy? Maybe you can consider healthy.
I think when you wake up in the morning, you need to start. You don't need to start with your phone. Maybe if you are a Christian or whatever, you can start by praying and then do your 1, 2, 3. If you are working, just go to job. Do 1, 2, 3. When you have a free time, even lunch time, that's when maybe you have a free time of something to do with 1 hour. You can take a break from job, and now you can go to maybe social media, just a little bit and all this. Some people don't even do their work properly because they're on social media. Someone wakes up in the morning, the first thing, the phone, social media, TikTok, and all this. And then some people even gamble using their phones and all that. And then the whole night. Now there are these people that they don't sleep the whole night. They don't even get enough sleep. That is another way of getting your mind tired and being depressed, because you don't sleep the whole night. The whole night you are on TikTok, you are watching movies, you are doing this and this. You just need to train yourself I also used to watch movies the whole night, this series and whatever. But nowadays, I train myself. Once it's 10, I must sleep, whether I was watching or doing what. You need to give yourself some time to rest and all this. So I can say that people should sleep at night. People should stop this thing of being social media the whole night. Then the next day you wake up, you're very tired. You go to a job, your mind is not even there because you feel like you should be sleeping and doing this. You are still very busy on social media. If you train yourself well, I'm telling you, it's very easy. Train yourself on how you do your work. Me, even if it's on a weekend and I wake up in the morning, I don't touch my phone first. I do the cleaning and whatever I can do until the time when now I have my resting time. That's when I can be resting and also touching my phone. And then it's night, you sleep. So I think maybe 3 to 4 hours in a day is enough for social media. Because for us to become the people we are, we need to work. And not everything is about social media, not everything about TikTok and all this. We need to be people who are working and doing other things, to be active. We need to be also have enough sleep. We are being told that we need to be sleeping for 8 good hours for our mind and brain to be functional properly for the next day's duty and all that. So I can say maybe 3 to 4 hours is just enough for social media. And you do it at the right time when you are at your maybe resting time. Then you can go to social media and all that. But there is this tendency of youths, nowadays not even youths, even grown-up men, they just wake up and go sit somewhere and they're very busy on social media discussing nothing. Nowadays people don't even discuss newspapers.
Yes.
You don't see people buying newspapers and discussing newspapers like people used to do before. So nowadays just social media, memes. And then there's a lot of misinformation in social media. You'll hear someone saying the president said this and this, but when you look at the newspaper, you go to the mainstream media, there's nothing like that. So people should just regulate how we use social media. Give it time, but a little bit time. Yeah.
I think there's something that you've talked about sleep, and I think I also fall a victim because sometimes you find that I leave work very tired and everything. You get home and you also want to relax a little bit. You want to find something to eat and everything. By the time you finish all these things, you also want to prepare for work tomorrow. By the time you find yourself maybe now sleeping, it's already late. You also if you love TikTok, maybe you just love watching. You find yourself sleeping so late. By the time you look at your phone, then maybe you put alarm. You see the hours remaining. You see you are left with 3 or 4 hours, and it's something that it's habitual. It's something that it has come so. Maybe I think it's within.
So this thing you will be doing it until your body
get used to it.
But what you don't know is that the mental torture, your mental health is not. You are interfering with your mental health. With you will feel like, I can sleep maybe around 3 a.m. in the morning and all that because I was on social media and all that. I don't think social media should be something that can make you you lack sleep, and then you wake up the next day with a headache. You don't feel okay. You can't function properly, and then you think that you are okay. What you don't know is that your mental health is not okay, and that's why you find yourself. You have a lot of hunger issues. You have a lot. Why do people have a lot of hunger issues nowadays? People don't sleep properly. People don't reason. It's just this social media thing and all that. Yeah.
I think that is so true. I at one point I felt victim, and even today, I found myself sleeping. The earliest I can sleep is 1, and I think it is something that I don't know how to overcome it. I can maybe leave and go to the house thinking maybe I'll go to bed early, but then I just find myself sleeping around 1:30. Just doing nothing.
I used to do that a lot. Whatever you're talking about. When I was in college, watch the whole night, TikTok, whatever. I moved to Facebook, back to TikTok. I'm not sleeping the whole night, and I wake up the next day. I feel tired.
You feel tired, exhausted.
Okay, that's normal.
And then you also struggle with waking up. Also, such things.
You really struggle. So I realized that this thing is not healthy. I just decided to train myself on what to do. If it's this time, I sleep. I don't do this anymore. So I just take my phone, put it somewhere, and then I sleep. If you train, it will be okay. You will just train yourself on how to do it. Because this thing is one thing that it makes you mentally not okay.
Yes.
People just don't know this. Just go do your research. You will not be mentally okay if you cannot sleep well because you're on social media, and you will just have some kind of complication. Actually, I realized that I was starting to have serious, severe headache. My eyes were becoming very red and swollen each and every time. Then I realized, is this my phone making me suffer like this? So I had to train myself because of that. Then you realize that when you sleep well, actually someone who sleeps well and has enough sleep, when you wake up the other day, you can do job properly, you can work, your body functions and your mind functions properly. And so this is one of the things that makes you become very incompetent in whatever you do in the office or wherever you work from or whatever. So this is another thing that's making so many people lazy. Someone is just lazy such that so even these business people, someone is just so lazy that you go to a shop, you want something, and someone is still on TikTok laughing with the phone, and the customer is standing there, and then this customer leaves, another customer comes and does the same thing, this customer leaves, and then your business, you're not selling anymore, and you complain, oh, I'm not selling, oh, someone did this to me. The social media is having a lot of negative effect on us, but the way we are using it, how we are training ourselves to use it, the earlier you realize this, the better. Yeah.
Now, speaking of maybe how would we consider maybe a healthy screen time? Now, what signs shows that someone needs a break from social media? Which signs do you think that if it reaches this, maybe there are signs that maybe if you start experiencing, you feel like you should take a break from social media?
Some people will even feel fatigue, but there are people who don't know that too much being too much on your screen can also even make you dizzy. You will even feel dizzy. There are sometimes you just feel like you're very dizzy, you can't see very well and all that, because your mind is telling you that you need to rest. I need rest. Please, can you just go and sleep, rest? You will feel like you need to go and sleep, but you just want to continue. Yeah, there's this urge of the more you swap your phone, the more the content, the one that is coming is better than the other one.
Yes,
and then all this, then you continue and you continue. You will start feeling this headache, actually headache, a lot of headache, and then you just feel like your body will just tell you, I'm tired, just do this, take a rest, take a break from social media and all this. And then again, when you realize that your mental health is not now okay, how you reason, even how you do things, anger issues problem also comes from that. If you don't know, that is very true. Yeah, you'll start having, you just get very hungry easily. Nothing happens. And you're just shouting at people, you just find yourself shouting at the children and whatever. Maybe you need to take a break from whatever you're doing with your phone that is making you react or behave that way, because your mind is breaking. Your mind can't do it anymore. So you don't have to force it. Take a break from your phone and all that and rest. Yeah.
Because that one is something that has affected so many people, and it's practical. Now, maybe one advice that you can give people who feel that this thing is overwhelming, and they have carried a lot and they are facing serious difficulties. Maybe one advice you can give to such kind of a person?
Using social media is not bad. It makes you connect with people, learn more and more things. But you have to mind your mental health. You have to mind your well-being. You don't have to be on social media until now your eyes are swollen. You can't even sleep. You can't do this because you are just watching some series. You watching some content from TikTok and all this. You have to mind as much as you have to love yourself. Mind your mental health. Mind your well-being, and then you can just start practicing. Make it a habit that once it's 10 at night, I will sleep. I will not do this. Practice that and you will sleep. For some people, when you find it difficult to just go to sleep like that, I can advise that maybe start with music. You can play some soft music, then you will just sleep and all that. Then your body will accept that when this time, even your body will just tell you need to sleep. When your body is telling, even when your mind is informing that they are tired, you need to rest, just do it, bow to it. The people don't want to bow it, so you you'll find someone was, some people even sleep with their phone talking. They slept long time ago, the phone is still talking and all that. That is not even healthy. And again, it's not recommended for us to be sleeping with our phones. So anything that is making you sleep with your phones, these phones explode and all that. Anything making you sleeping with your phones and the radiations and all that, that is not healthy for you. That is not healthy for your mind and not healthy for you at all. So you just have to find a way on how to train yourself that I will be using social media at this time, When it's this time, actually for those people who are staying in the places, there are people who don't stay in places where there are Wi-Fi.
Yes.
People are suffering from this and people who have Wi-Fi around them. That's what the people suffering. But with the people who buy data, they will even subscribe for 1 hour. So they use it for once the data is over, they go to sleep. So for them it's very easy to train, but to someone who is staying with the Wi-Fi around, it's very hard. But you can try. Again, to our parents, we need to make it habit. Okay, I once visited this family whereby when it was time to sleep, I carried my phone to the bedroom where I was supposed to be sleeping, and I was told no phones to the bedroom. If it's time for sleeping, everybody leaves their phones at the sitting room. Then you go to the bedroom and sleep. I think they were doing it because they had some 2 teenagers. They were doing it definitely to monitor their children and all this. And I think that was kind of healthy for us as parents. We need to have some rules and regulations on how our children are using social media, at what time they are using social media. If it's time for sleeping, it's good, and it's good for your mental health. Actually, for mental health, you need to monitor how you're using the social media and all that. Yeah.
Now, we talked about fake news in the past, before we went for the commercial break.
Yes.
And we found out that these are some of the things that also affect people currently in social media. Now, my question is, why do you think fake news spread so fast?
Actually, I don't understand why fake news really spread so fast. I think it's catchy. One, let me say, it spread so fast because, one, it's catchy. It's exaggerated. Even the headlines alone. Is very, very exaggerated. You'll see how they exaggerate the headlines and whatever, and everybody gets curious and everybody wants to say this. And then now there are so many ignorant people using the social media. They don't know whether this is fake news or whatever. Everybody, you just find it and you post it. Someone is reposting it. People are reposting it. People are the clip is just going and all this and all that. So it's just because of the ambiguous words they use. It's very, very exaggerated, and then most of the time you'll realize that the fake news has to be negative, something negative. Now that is the question: why do people love negative things? Even nowadays, content creators, they go negative way. People go negative way for them to be famous and all that. So you just need to know when you see something spreading so fast on social media. Before you believe it, before you take it serious, you just have to maybe. You see, like when Raila died, so many people said, "Oh, Raila didn't die in India. Raila just died here," and all this. And the news was broken from India because the Indian doctors broke the news. So you see, those are the things we say, the fake news. And even the people we trust on social media, the people we think these are now the people who can tell us the truth and whatever, they're the ones spreading the fake news. So I can just say that for your mental health, you need to know whether the information is true or not. Verify first. Yeah, and mainly, as for me, as a journalist, I rely mainly on mainstream media. If I see something circulating, I will wait until I see it from a mainstream media. Because with us as journalists, we go there and get the information hand in hand.
Yes.
Not like bloggers. They just spread whatever they are spreading for content and whatever. And by the way, fake news, most of them, they have to be very negative things. And then the people spreading the fake news, they're doing it for content. They're doing it for likes and whatever, so that they can have so many views and make money. So that is another reason why fake news spread very fast. Yeah.
Now, you've spoken about verification. Now, how do you think maybe people can verify fake news? They can be able to distinguish between fake news and the regional news before spreading it, before posting it on their social media platforms.
Before you repost it.
Yes.
That's why I said one way you can do it, according to me, there are verified mainstream media houses. Or sometimes there are also some, I can say some people are also some bloggers, but they don't post fake news and all this. Now you need to know the source of that news, which site they post this news. Then you can verify by visiting other sites. Go to these mainstream media sites. We have mainstream medias just like Cityscope. Verify it from mainstream medias, because when you just follow bloggers alone, I'm telling you, you will get a lot of fake news. By the time you realize that news is fake, you have also reposted it, also making you look fake. You yourself, you start looking fake and all that. So there are other ways of also you can use the digital apps and all that to verify a fake news. Like in as journalists, we use those digital apps and whatever to verify a fake news. Now, for someone who is just using social media and all that, I can just advise you that maybe know your source of news. Just angalia tu from which source is this news coming from. Can this be true? Before you repost it, you can go and check from verified mainstream media houses. There, I'm very sure, 100% sure, you will not find a fake news there. And tomorrow you find a mainstream media posting a fake news again today, again yesterday they did the same thing and all that. No.
Now, do you think the government should be holding people accountable for maybe spreading fake news on social media or something? Because you remember like the story of Albert Ojwang, who posted something. We don't know whether was the news fake or because whatever he posted, he was just posting something that was talking about the government, little things that the government were doing, and probably there was just nobody to maybe enlighten that this and this is happening. But the government did not want that. Now, if the government could make sure that Albert Ojwang probably is reached, and it was unfortunate that he was killed also because of the same. Now, do you think that they cannot have a hold of these people who probably spread this fake news so that they are held accountable?
I can say that as much as we have freedom of speech, but we also have rules and regulations that should govern the people. Now we use the social media. We have the Social Media Act amendments, those amendments that were made and all that. I don't know if you spread lies or do this about someone, you should be taken to court, I don't know how many years jail and all that. You know, the funny thing about this is that sometimes we realize that these rules only work well when you attack the government. When you attack the government, when you attack the people in the government and all this, and then they now feel like they can come use their power and the authority to put you down here. But when this thing is happening to just the normal and the ordinary people, nobody cares. Even the policemen are not even there to arrest anybody and all this. But we also know that there are also people who are spreading fake news about the government doing this and this, when in real, they don't do the same things. They don't touch these people. So our government, being specific, our government is not doing well when it comes to Cybercrime Act and all this. These laws only work for some people and they don't work for other people. And then again, the action they take, like now the case of Albert Ojwang. If Albert Ojwang spread some fake news, he was just supposed to be arrested, taken to court, not die like the way he died. They will not even tell us how exactly how he died and what happened. So I think that there should be law to govern this. If you are spreading fake news on this and this and this, you should be arrested, taken to court, and be charged of the offense, but not abducting people and making them disappear. And some of them are being tortured, maybe just because of something they wrote on a social media page. Our government need to know that they're supposed to be criticized. We are allowed to criticize the government. Also, if they are not doing something good, maybe that's the only way we can communicate with the government and all this. But when it's now a fake news and all this, someone should be arrested and charged about it. Yeah.
Now, maybe the even as we wind up now, as journalists now, what roles or maybe what roles and media organizations play in combating misinformation? Because journalists are sometimes they fall victims of maybe misinformation, because as journalists they also want to relay information.
Exactly.
They need people to be informed, but sometimes you find that there's a misinformation that has been spread somewhere, and you find that the media houses, maybe the online journalists, because currently we have the mainstream,
Yes.
and also being that we are in a digital world, we also have the online media. And online media, mostly they fall victim of this fake news.
Yes.
Now, what role do you think journalists should be playing in combating the misinformation?
I think as journalists, and when I just talk about the mainstream media or media at large, we should be in the front line fighting this misinformation. Yeah, when people are spreading misinformation, we should come out clean and say this is the reality and this is the fake one. But you see, nowadays everybody wants to trend. Everybody wants to feel like we are the first people who posted it. So people just post things, repost things they don't even have a clear information about. But as a journalist, during our trainings, we are being taught on how to verify a real information from the one which is being fake, from a fake information. So we should be in the front line to curb this misinformation. We should condemn this. Actually, we should condemn this. We should just come out clean and say this information is fake, this one is right, this one is fake, this one is right. And we should be very careful to make sure that, because as a journalist, you just make a small mistake in giving a misinformation, I'm telling you, nobody will trust you again.
Yes.
Even a media house, if they just make a small mistake of giving a misinformation, even if you come back and apologize and do this, people just see the fault. We don't see that apology and all that. So we should lead in giving people the correct information, the real information. I think there is no harm. There's no harm in reporting something you are not even sure of, or just give the little detail that you have instead of giving the all the details, and then later on you realize that, oh, kumbe it was wrong. This was not the information. This was fake and all this. We will see some media houses do that a lot. I will not quote any media house, but there is one of the media houses that I know that I used to follow that used to post. They wanted to be fast in posting this thing. So you will see them that the first people who posted this thing, they posted the wrong information. Then you now see other media houses are coming to post the real information. And then now they delete theirs, they start apologizing, or they start reposting whatever the media houses are now reposting and all this. I don't think there's any hurry or there's any title on being the first people who posted it, and then you post a fake news.
Yeah.
So as journalists, you just have to make sure whatever information you are giving to the people is real, not fake. Yeah.
Now, lastly, even as we wind up, before we go to the last bit of it, maybe do you think that schools, maybe digital literacy should be introduced in our schools?
Yes, digital usage should be introduced in our schools. Like you can see nowadays in schools, we have the computers and all that. Our government back there lied to us. I can say lied to us that they will give our, I don't know, the grade 1 was supposed to be given some
laptops,
some laptops
tablets.
and whatever, the tablets. I don't think they're there. If their schools who received it, I'm happy for them. But so many schools didn't receive that and all that. Now, as we also introduce the digital and digital and whatever in our school, technology in our schools, we also need to monitor whatever our students are doing, and we have to teach them on the health benefits, how they can protect themselves, their emotions, and all this. Because we cannot say that they will not, we cannot go the analog way. We are really in the digital world and all this. So whatever we are introducing, we leave the computers and whatever, they can only access what is needed for them in school, for the training and all that. And at the same time as we do that, we also curb these misinformations. We also teach them how to verify an information. We also teach them how to verify, how to curb the bullying that comes with the social media and all this. voice and all that. I think that can also give, can also help also to our youth. So when they go out there, they start using their phone, they're using their laptop, they meet these things, you post something, and some people even get stressed just because you posted a photo of yours and you thought, hey, this one, hey, I'm going to get so many likes and comments, and then no one likes it, no one comments it, and then you see some people, someone starts getting depressed and all this. So as much as we introduce this, it's good we introduce in our schools, we need to have these computer lessons and whatever. Actually, it should be mandatory because the world is now going digital and all that. It can also help us to talk about the health benefits and also the disadvantages and the advantages.
Now, maybe do you think that Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and maybe X, which platforms has the highest influence today between Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or X?
I can start with Facebook. I think quite a number of people are in Facebook. And also, then I can also say that TikTok. Even though TikTok mostly is for the youths and whatever, so many youths and influencers and whatever, they use TikTok, but I think Facebook takes the number, and then maybe Instagram and X. Yeah, so I think Facebook still has a very big number. You will see every phone, you see everybody's on Facebook, everybody's in Facebook, everybody has a Facebook account and all that. So I think Facebook, take this, I think Facebook, we have a very big number of people using Facebook compared to other social media platforms.
One habit every social media user should adopt.
One habit every social media user should adopt. Controlling yourself on how you use social media. You should not allow social media to control you. Don't allow your phone to control you. You are the one to control it. You meet some content you don't like, pass, delete, do whatever you can do. You don't have to allow yourself to be controlled by whatever you meet in social media. You are interested, you are reposting it, you are commenting and all that. That is social media now controlling you. So you have to be in control. If you are a social media user, be in control of everything. If you say enough is enough, I want to sleep. Let me now take 1 hour in social media. Yes, take exactly 1 hour and then stop it at that point. Be in control so that your mental health remains the same. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for the discussion, and I hope you as our viewer have gotten something to carry home.
Yes.
And even as we conclude our today's discussion, one thing remains clear, that social media itself is neither entirely good nor entirely bad. Like many tools, its impact depends on how you use it. If you use it in a good way, it will be good to you. If you use it in a bad way, it will impose negative things onto you. Now, when used responsibly, it can also educate, connect you with people, grow business, and amplify important voices. When misused, it can also spread misinformation, damage reputation, affect mental health, and divide communities. Let us all commit using social media responsibly. Thank you so much for watching our today's conversation. Thank you so much also Brenda for the insight that you've given to our viewers. Thank you also so much for staying with us since we began this program until this moment. Let's meet tomorrow, same time, same place, even as we continue with other discussion. I was your host Clifford Ogonda. With me here was Brenda
Agenyo.
Thank you so much and have a good day.
Be in gi lek mar bedo jafwambo, jalendo e wang' jowi, kata jalony e weche mag mbui? Riwri kod kar tiegruok mar Cityscope mondo iyud lony e chano chenro mag wang' jowi, fwambo kod puodho weche manyien moyiedhi. Yud puonj kowuok kuom jolony magwa mondo ibed gi ng'eyo mang'eny e weche mag fwambo. Ndikri kaka achiel kuom jopuonjre mondo mi ichak wuodhi mar bedo jafwambo. Mondo ing'e mathoth, ywanwa tol kokalo e namba 070 26324028 kata tudri kodwa email marwa mycityscopetv@gmail.com kata www.cityscopemediacenter.co.ke. Cityscope Training College. Think, believe, achieve.
Breaking news, how you do baby now? Na yo jiri nimepata love mowiluya. Pinyo bara chine kairo maduaro. Mafuna tema more mabuyo kakuome. Yangi mana wikaka nengo given mapokana. Ogana, I'll never let you down. Believe me ma, kalando bara takupenda forever. Yajalu, just trust me baby. Sitabadili mawazo. Nimekupenda mama. Jadiana. Sauti rumu wenya katika dianga. Imo sona jitai. Jita Unix. Ya wenya thino mora honga gima poga gima. Piga yake kende karange toni pachawe. Complexion, berma wile. Yapolo manzina. Yapolo bebina. Yanya thino kauchunya. Amenifuma mboni. Onge maromo koje kagango. Eriko lang woodmin osuna chalnade. Hani kikwela. Tujumoko neno marashi. Akemula. Hani shiriki nyodha. Donge litnegi. Toato mitna. Donge chanogi. Toato mora. Ani mage chunye maricho madwaroga kethowa. This is love. Kendo gini mora mange. Chupo na oguro chunya kuro kuchoka tangta. Inepokna. Mbafu mara. Ine choice na be. Chaguo la moyo tekpingo. Alili panadol aliyokwea. Alili painkiller paracetamol. Lano bingen again. Pera na binge kakae. Mae kokonada. Kidawa mara. Mae lamana. Masemo gichi. Wango nyuso totuere. Kata kubeto pingo. Neno kapucho kudo ninge mora. Maxwell Wuda wasi wangaya. Accountant $3. Sexy eyes ulwane tindo. Kako neno. Pandesa nene kubuonyo. Apenyo. Pandesa nene kuwotho. Oanya sungo. Pandesa nene kundisotwe. Umepamba lido. Mainya rombona. Machuna ngiyoro bunge. Uniego tode nega. Okwaro wendona. Okuro chuya kimanyo sheri nyathima kemo. Kokracha. Era mwenyo gingamu yene. Omite sana kirwache dieri. Kendo mite gijara tiro. Kiwene topagi. Kendo kituko to inyi. Ukicheza tokwari. Ama penzi maua. Tena ya ua. Apepo. Anyera. Masheri. Tongo nyango mera. Nyango mera. Tongo nyango mera. Kogoni. Etomonyo kogoni. Etondelo. Ati. To yudho. Kukupenda sio mbaya. Kithengete. Chakula moyo siatia. Kithengete. Nyadundo na ni mora. Kithengete. Nunge chunyo to mafwanda. Unene kone uru. Kaka gene. Kone uru. Kaka ere sana. Usipe nyise uru nyise. Kaka gene gimana. Kone ye. Nisago. Matomara. Ungenga matomara onge ng'ama maya matogira